Alright, well, following the excitement of yesterday's events, what with the whole the mysterious visit from Raiden in the sports shop and nearly burning down the Yakuza building, let's take it a little let's try for like a little lower key day today.
Checking in once again with the useless characters and June. God, you have no idea how long I've been waiting to just be able to qualify that with "and June." Again, June starts tugging his collar. I don't know. That's a real mystery.
Would be pretty badass if June could go into Blade Mode and do Zandatsus, though.
Unfortunately, we have already seen what June is capable of, and, well, yeah, it's a little disappointing.
Yes. Sick.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
Okay, if they hadn't clarified that they were talking about the water lines being frozen, I would have been really confused because I thought it was July. Why do you need the heat on in July? But, hot water makes a lot of sense.
Ko, it's July. Like, we don't need to worry about her eating something hot and hitting the sack. Like, it's gonna be plenty warm. Like, the way this conversation was going, you'd think it was like the dead of fucking winter.
But no, all she did was basically take an ice bath.
Which would probably be pretty damn good in July in, like, fucking Tokyo.
And, like, even if it was, even if it did put you out of it, that would be, like, a morning thing when you took the bath. This is after school. Anyway, the game is going to attempt to tell us about the message cards thing, but we already know about that because we got one last chapter.
Go us, I guess.
Look at all those options and all those people we're gonna ignore. Anyway, are you ready for a plot recap?
What?
Why is this a side quest?
Yeah, so, Hikaru here is a member of the journalism club, and she thinks there's something fishy going on here with the XRC.
Oh, you don't fucking say, really?
So, she's gonna lock us in a room and grill us until she gets the details.
I will admit, I think it's cute when games try to do a diegetic, plot summary of what's going on, like a character keeping a diary or something. But that's usually something you can just tab over to in the menu at your own leisure, not a fucking whole-ass side quest. Oh, for the love of God, you should have done a runner.
Yeah.
Well, like Ko said, if they consent to the interview, at least she isn't printing whatever the hell she wants in the blog. So I guess take that as you will.
We could just have Yuki hack into their systems and modify their stories as we see fit, right?
I'm sure the kid's got, like, I don't know, probably 50 spare Twitter bots that he can just, like, sick on this poor girl and just, like, absolutely destroy her internet life if need be.
Okay, I'm not saying we should go that far.
Wow, that is fucked up, Crow. Investigative journalism? How about I ruin your life instead?
I mean, considering the way the press is treated these days by, like, literally everyone in power, that's not that far off.
My name is Hikaru from the Journalism Club, and you're now stuck in here with me.
God, because if there's one thing Tokyo Xanadu loves to do more than literally anything else, it's belabor a fucking point.
Can't believe you've trapped us here for a 20-minute plot recap.
Excuse me, it's only a 10-minute plot recap.
That would be disturbingly hilarious if the recap was in fact the remaining length of the video.
So hey, you know that calendar system that, like, doesn't actually mean anything? You remember when Chapter 3 took place?
Fuck no, I don't. I barely remember that this chapter's, happens in July.
Not only do I not remember, I actively don't give a shit, so, I don't know, just make something up.
Like, it would be more meaningful if the calendar system actually, meant something, like it does in Persona. But it's just kinda set dressing here. Okay, the way she worded the unfortunate accidents thing made it sound like Ryota died.
I mean, we could only wish that was the case.
Yeah, if only we were so lucky.
Yuki wouldn't know who his classmates were. Just no fucking idea which girl burnt her hand on the stove. Which is fair, because I didn't either.
Literally, the only victim of the Gods app that mattered was Yuki's sister. And she doesn't go to this school, so I don't fucking know. Really, I think the simplest way to get around all this bullshit is just take Hikaru into, like, an actual eclipse and show her everything, and see how freaked out she gets by it, and just be like, so, do you want to publish a story on us now? And depending on her answer, immediately mind wipe her the second she gets out of the eclipse.
Ah, the Persona 5 Strikers route.
Like, yeah, just basically just see if she runs screaming from us every time we encounter her from here on out now.
I don't know, I feel like that might empower her. That could be that's a double-edged sword going that way.
I mean, I don't know, it kind of would be funny if, like, you know, like, instead of, like, Sora and the Karate Club, like, yeah, you got her, like, the president of, like, the school journalism club, or, like, the editor of, like, the school newspaper, and she's just, like, all the way through the plot, just constantly complaining about how the fact that, like, she's involved in the biggest story of, like, the century, and she can't do a thing to publish any of it.
I mean, you could equally take that route and be like, okay, it is now your job to cover all this up, and I think that would be equally interesting.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
But once again, that's an idea, and that is not how we roll here in Tokyo Xanadu.
God fucking damn it. Because, I mean, yeah, like, that would be, like, actually, like, pretty goddamn interesting, just, like, using, like, I don't know, the various arms and apparatuses of, like, the student body of a typical Japanese high school to effectively just, like, run interference on all of, like, the mystical bullshit and just, like, bend reality to our whims whenever we need to, because, like, hell, we've got the student body president on the team, and she can just, like, literally, like, auto-pen out any permission slip that we need. So we've got one aspect of it covered already, but like you said, basically just, like, Tokyo Xanadu is, like, just cowardice incarnate, so yeah, no, they don't go all the way with it.
Say, we're not falling for your trap questions. Would you like to just stop now?
Seriously, Asuka, Mitsuki, you have an app on your phone that can erase a person's brain. Whip that fucker out and go to town on her already.
In fact, exactly like mine.
Wait, what was that actually the phenomena there? Like,
yeah, that was what was actually going on, is that because it was that because of the eclipse, the equipment was playing back Rion's voice, which was fucking up everything.
oh, right. The way this was phrased just made it sound like, hey, it's weird that I can hear this person singing karaoke in the karaoke room.
Yeah, that was the one where we had to go into, like, the subwoofer or something and, like, kick the shit out of Soundwave
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to make it stop playing Rion's voice, and like, same with how like the alarm clock was like also fucked up because like Spica did the like the intro song to Magical Girl Elisa, so you've got Rion's vocals playing over it, and it also fucked everything up. Like,
Yeah. I remember all of this. I just the phrasing made it just seem like something mundane was just being blown way out of proportion there.
yeah, just here's a picture of all the known suspects.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, what else is there to do in this plot recap? Because we've gone through the whole plot up to this point now.
Yeah, then she also turned around and grilled everybody individually and searched their club room. Like, is this girl a journalist or is she a fucking cop?
I'm gonna guess cop because like the thing that came to my mind immediately when like she said okay, like she took them all and did individual interviews with them was an episode of like Titus from like I think probably like 2000 or 2001 where like the family gets like pulled aside by like airport security and they all have to do like individual interviews and like it continuously cuts between all of them and they're like actively contradicting one another and it's fucking hilarious. Like, if you were doing, like, an anime version of Tokyo Xanadu, like, that would be the thing that you would do instead of that stupid, like, plot recap thing, just continually cutting back and forth between, like, all the members of the XRC, and just, like, how none of their stories add up because all their personalities are that different, and they've all had different takes on, like, everything that they've experienced so far.
Ah, kind of a super exaggerated Rashomon thing.
Basically, yeah. Like, hell yeah, I would love to see, like, like, the events of, like, chapter, I don't know, 4 from Yuki's perspective, and, like, chapter 2 or chapter 3 from Asuka's perspective, and just, like, sort of Mitsuki's perspective on, like, all the stuff that she's missed and has to try and infer, okay, what the fuck did these idiots get up to before Zodiac got involved in all this, like...
I feel like Mitsuki of all people would probably be the one that actually does know what the fuck all happened before she joined. Although I would love to hear, like, Shio's take on what happened in, like, chapter 2.
But again, comedy and creativity, unfortunately just out of reach for good old Tokyo Xanadu, so this is all we get.
Also, I guess to be fair, I don't know of any of modern video games that have a Rashomon-style structure. Like, because you would have to, like, I guess, do out the plot, like, however many times you've got main characters to follow with, I guess?
Well, I mean, you don't have to do it for, like, the whole game, just, like, this little, like, blip section here when, like, there's literally nothing else to do in the plot.
I guess that's fair. I was just thinking of, like, the whole game where it presented that style. Which, that would be kind of a lot, but from what I understand with, like, Falcom-style games, I guess they could probably do something like that with, like, incidental dialogue? Maybe? I know these games have a ton of writing.
Yeah, if you really wanted to, you could basically walk around and talk to almost every NPC in between plot events, and they would almost always have something new to say. But, you know, down that road lies madness, so we will not be doing that. Anyway, I heard you all like the swimming minigame.
I kind of ironically appreciate how, like, there's actual, like, body shape difference between, like, Ko, Yuki, and Shio, whereas just, like, the girls are just all the same body type. Like, right from Sora all the way to Mitsuki.
At least they all have different postures, so that if, like, you, were to just black out all of their, like, shapes, you could still identify who's who based on that?
Maybe,
I feel like you could definitely tell Rion and Mitsuki just based on posture.
I think I would be able to identify Asuka based on current posture too. Sora's the one I don't think I would be able to pick out of a line hit there.
again, in a slightly better written, more comically minded game, this will be the point when Shio reveals, actually, yeah, no, I can't swim. I was in a street gang. What the fuck makes you think I'd be good in the water?
Apparently, this is some training he did with his street gang?
Well, he did say it's not usually used for swimming, per se.
Again, that just means, like, Shio is gonna jump in the water and then basically immediately drown.
You know what? I agree, Ko. Let's drag his ass into the pool.
Also, yeah, speaking of people who are going to immediately drown the second they enter the water... I love how you're given the choice of, like, actual competition and you decide to pick, like, the 98-pound nerd with glasses, who probably would literally, you know, evaporate if he touched the water.
Look, this is for his own good. We're gonna make this boy swim whether he likes it or not.
I didn't think we could compare Yuki to a Yoshi, but, here we are, I guess.
One thing I kind of do wish they did was, like, depending on who you picked of the trio, would make make it easier or harder. Like, Yuki would obviously be the easiest, but, like, you know, Rion would be the hardest one. But
that's why I, like, just, when I, like, sort of scrubbed through this video, like, a month ago when you sent it to me, like, I honestly thought, like, that was the reason why you picked Yuki, because, like, oh yeah, we can easily beat the shit out of him. But yeah, no, hearing that, like, there's no difficulty variance between them, that's incredibly disappointing.
unfortunately, you don't get to actually race him again. But rest assured that if there was, I would have beaten his ass senselessly again.
Again, notice how we have conspicuously not seen Shio in the pool at any point so far during this segment. My theory still stands.
I regret to inform you that we will not, because I could have picked him, but since this is also, like, low-key a chance to get some free bond with somebody, I purposely picked the people we had the lowest chance with.
Disappointing, but fair.
No? No, that's not how that works, Shio. Especially not for the kid who does like 80% of his fighting with a drone that he just doesn't even have to fight with.
Look, the guy is like 6'7", constantly quietly angry, and damn near beat a Greed to death with his own fists at one point, I seem to recall, so let's not argue with him, okay?
I mean, the strongest one here is pretty obviously Shio, but unfortunately Asuka is the one most desperately in need of a bond point, so let's go with her.
Also, given how Terminator-like Asuka's been throughout the entire game, I would believe the argument that she is in fact actually the strongest person here out of everyone, so... Also, I don't know what it says about, like, how your friendship with all these people gets stronger by just ruthlessly humiliating them in a sport competition, but whatever, you do you, Tokyo Xanadu.
Nah, see, it's motivation. You know, you're getting out there and it's like, alright, we're gonna compete.
It's a healthy sense of rivalry.
Because, yeah, that expression on Asuka's face right now, okay, well, not this one, but yeah, that just screamed healthy rivalry. Like, if this were like Chapter 2 Asuka, she'd have gotten out of the pool and kicked Ko right in the face.
Please, Chapter 2 Asuka wouldn't even be here.
Also fair point.
Yeah, Chapter 2 Asuka would have been like, you want me to do what? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, Hiragi, we're going for a swim, you wanna join us? Fuck off! And then immediately leaves.
Anyway, we now never have to see the swimming minigame ever again.
Thank God.
We're free!
Okay, now what other horrible minigame is Tokyo Xanadu gonna replace it with to torture us with next?
I mean, it's running out of time to introduce much of anything. We're in Chapter 7 of 8.
They introduced the swimming game in, like, what, Chapter 5-ish? I mean, there's still time for, like, a mandatory skateboard segment.
Do not will this evil into existence, Crow. This will be on you.
You can't stop me.
You're right. But I can make you watch it.
Oh, motherfucker! My hubris.
Don't make me. I will. You know I will.